everybody. Happy Friday! Yay! Oh, you guys quit early.
It was very short.
All right, headlines, everybody. Here we go with the headlines. How to watch It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown in 2023. That is a picture of a rhinoceros putting his horn into a pumpkin. I really don't know what that has to do with Charlie Brown.
Yeah,
it's very
same here. I'm like,
very weird. I don't know. Anyway, easy pumpkin cake recipe. I'm listening. Pumpkin.
Okay, easy pumpkin cake recipe.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Come on.
I don't know. There's about 1,000 of them, and they're all.
Oh, so you're saying it's not very special?
No.
Jeez.
Okay, no.
You had me at pumpkin, though.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie is my. You know, actually, cake I'm not a fan of. Pumpkin pie I love. Pumpkin pie sometimes upsets the tummy a little bit. Yeah, a little acidic.
Pie, no. Cake, chocolate, vanilla, cake in general.
Alright, lastly, for the headlines, 10 forgotten movie monsters that deserve a comeback. Oh, and I saw this. It's a picture of the monster from Tremors. I wasn't that excited, but I thought, this could be interesting, because I don't really care about ghosts and spooky things. I like monster movies. I like monsters. The bigger the better. The uglier the better. That's why Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time. Aliens, the second one. The first one's very good. Those are the only two that really matter. Everything else is just kind of okay. But I had to read on because I love the monsters and I love remakes when they do them good. Now, when I saw the Tremors thing, I was like, we don't need to remake Tremors. Actually, that one's a standalone. The first one, all the 27 movies that came afterwards, not so great. But the first one with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that was good.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Have you seen that one?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay,
I've at least heard about it.
Put that on your list to watch. It's good.
See, Alana, at least he heard about it.
Oh, see, Alana? I don't know what we're talking about, but
Get rid of movies already.
Yeah. So the Tremors, though, the monster is not really the part of the story that you really like. It's not seeing the monsters, they're underground, the worms or whatever. So I don't really feel like that one needs to be remade. But their number one movie they said needed to be remade for the monster was
Let's hear it.
Pumpkinhead.
Oh, okay.
Pumpkinhead. This is one of my favorite 80s scary movies. I loved it.
I forgot about that one.
It's so good. It's so good. It's got the campy crap that the 80s had, but the monster itself, the story itself, and Lance Hendrickson is just outstanding in this. It's a really, really good movie. Missed the mark because of the campy crap that was in it. But this would be a really good remake if someone really took the time to do a nice job, leave the story kind of alone, do a nice job on the creature. It's super creepy and really good. And the monster was actually pretty good in it. It's very creepy. So that's it. That's the rest of them were actually okay on the list, but that one's number one. And I was super happy to hear that because I'd love to see that as a remake. All right, headlines over. We got to move on. Alright, it is Friday, so we gotta talk about several things, but we're gonna start with these guys, the party planning committee, right? Yeah. And we're gonna talk about, I'll let them tell you.
Okay, so what are we gonna talk about?
They're gonna talk about, let me tell you, sorry, you go.
Wait, what? Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, we're gonna talk about some.
Oh wait, hold on, cut. You get, not cut, actually, just keep playing. We were going to do it in the Dracula voice. Remember? We were on politics. Just kidding. Sorry. I want to screw him up every time I mess around. Okay, I'm not going to mess around anymore. Go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, I might.
Okay, we're going to try this again. Do you have anything to add? Okay, good. No. All right, so we are talking about
Do's and don'ts.
Yes.
You don't. No face mask, nothing too short. You're allowed to have the face makeup on and things. So, and when you do that, you can be creative. It's important to be creative. Most original.
I'm going for most
Yeah,
original.
he's really,
Most original.
it's working for you.
Yeah, it's very. It's.
Okay.
I
Don't you guys agree? Yeah. So, yes, face makeup, face paint, all that is okay. Just make sure you can see. Don't cover up your eyes. That way you walk around, you have a good time, and you're not having to fuss and mess around with, your costume. It's dragging, you're tripping on yourself, others are tripping on you. You don't want that. But this is the chance to get creative, guys. Makeup, scary, cute, whatever you want to do, this is your time. We've been waiting for this all month. We've been planning for it all month.
All month? All year?
Well, okay, all year. But we have all of the team, all the staff. We've been putting in the work to make this fun for you guys. And we get to have fun in the process. It's fun for me. I get to see you guys come in with your costumes, staff. You get to get creative too. This is your time. So I know I'm pretty excited. I'm still working on my costume, and I can't wait to see everyone's.
Is this part of your costume here?
Actually, no. This is not part of my costume, but as you see, I try to bring in different things. I'm getting creative every day. I have things, I never throw anything away. And you can just reuse things. So anyway, let me get to the food. Can we get to that part?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I think Carl's pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the food. In my personal opinion, I think it'll be really top notch this year.
Top notch, I like that.
Top notch, very good.
Top notch, not chop.
Yeah.
So we do have some. I don't know. It sounds good. I've heard a little bit of the menu. I know Gabrielle and Clayton have been working on the menu. I think some eyeballs involved, some worms, some graveyards. Can't give it all away, but it sounds interesting and actually sounds delicious, to be honest with you. Some bloody eyeballs.
A graveyard?
Yeah, graveyard. I don't know. It sounds good. Sounds a little weird, but it sounds delicious. So I cannot wait for you guys to try it.
I'm just curious what you've been eating that a graveyard sounds delicious.
I don't know. I heard the menu and I'm like, ooh, interesting.
Ooh, a graveyard. Yeah, all of a sudden, bloody eyeballs. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Hey, I'm trying to keep in the theme of Halloween.
I guess so.
You know what?
I guess so.
And all these scary movies. Yeah, maybe I was a little turned off first, but I said, okay, tell me more. And the more they told me, the more I was intrigued. So, on that day, you guys know, bring your lunch if you're not interested in anything that's being served. That's fine, but we will not be going out that day. Staff will be in the building. We'll all stay in the building together because we don't want to miss out on our games. We're watching our videos that day. The videos will be shown, so I'm excited to see that.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
excited.
Yeah.
You're excited?
Yes,
Yeah, all
absolutely.
these videos, everyone's been putting in some hard work. I've been seeing around the building, and we're working on ours too. So make sure you bring your lunch. So if you're not interested in anything, but give it a try because you may be surprised. Okay, this is our chance to try different things, and
Besides, who out there's had a graveyard to eat? Nobody. You want to be able to say, you know what I had for lunch today? I had a graveyard. Yeah.
you want to be able to tell your friends all the fun things you've been hearing, the things you've been eating and trying. So, I know I'm gonna go brag after I try some.
I had a graveyard. I had some bloody eyeballs. Like,
And the weird thing is, you're gonna be excited about it.
intrigued anyway.
Yeah. Look at you, the way Carl looks at me. You really want to eat this stuff? Yes, I do. So, this is the last, we have the weekend to get your items, last minute costume, your pieces, whatever it is that you're going to be dressing up as. This is, let's see, you have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and it's going to be crazy out there. Other people are planning for their parties.
Yeah.
Some trunk or treats are going on around on the weekend. There's a lot of cool stuff happening, so you want to get in there and get out quick because it's going to be crazy.
It will.
yes,
Yes.
very much so.
So that's all we have. I cannot wait for Tuesday. It's going to be spooky in the time, and I can't wait. So Take care, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Very exciting. Thank you guys so much for sharing on coming in and talking to you guys and everything about all the events. And these guys did, the whole group did all the decorating that you see, well, most of the decorating that you see, and a lot of the planning and stuff that went into all the holiday activities and everything. And they're doing a really good job. So thank you guys very much for that. Thanks for coming in and sharing. Thanks for being willing to try the graveyard.
I think he's gonna say, "Can I have seconds on that graveyard?"
Possibly, you never know. I'm willing to try most things once. Most things. No asparagus. No, you're not gonna get me there. But anyway, all right. So we're gonna continue on here. You guys want to hang out? See what I want to talk about? All right. So I talk about during the holidays. I have my favorite movies that I watch. I have one for Halloween, I have one for Thanksgiving, I have one for Christmas. I have to watch them religiously every year. It's tradition in our household. So mine for Halloween, though, I watch it every single year, I probably talk about it every single year, is Sleepy Hollow. Yes, Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp came out in 1999, if you can believe that. 1999, directed by Tim Burton. It's really, really good. Actually, I never really did that much research on it, but this is actually the movie based on Tim Burton, based it loosely on the story, the Disney cartoon, the Headless or Ichabod, and that story and Tim Burton's story really melded the actual real story. Now, the real story goes all the way back to Celtic times in the medieval, Celtic groups in the medieval times. That's the original story because that's when the Hessians lived, and the Hessian is the Headless Horseman in the Tim Burton movie, but they actually stayed pretty true to the actual story that developed. Now, when we learned about the Headless Horseman in America during I think it was the 1800s or something like that, whatever, there's actually... It wasn't just Sleepy Hollow in New York. There was Headless Horseman stories all over the country, and none of them had to do with the Hessian. And then Washington Irving, is the story writer. He wrote the short story, The Headless Horseman, and developed the Ichabod Crane character on a real individual. He also developed the Van Tassels on real people. And then there is actually... This is the crazy part. There is actually a Hessian that was kind of crazy, that was beheaded supposedly by a cannonball and buried in an unmarked grave. That story is legit.
Okay. I'll have to learn about some more of this stuff because you didn't know a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just thought, that was a Headless Horseman story. They made it up. But there's a lot of truth to the story. And the cool thing about the Tim Burton version is he stayed very true to the Disney animated version that we love very much. It's really, really good. And then it's also very true to the actual story and factual evidence that has kind of been dug up over the years and stuff. So it's a really good, and it's fun. It's interesting. There's a couple key parts where Tim Burton very specifically paid homage to the Disney one, the part where he's walking across the bridge. You hear the croaking from the frogs say Ichabod and Headless Horseman. So that's in both. And then also the part where he's being chased through the forest, Johnny Depp's being chased through the forest, he played homage to the part where he gets swung around by a branch and lands on the Headless Horseman's horse. Yeah.
Rewatch that one.
Yeah. It's really good. It is rated R, but really for gore, not for language, not for nudity, but really for the gory, dark kind of aspect of it. But it's the character that Johnny Depp does of Ichabod is more in line with actually Jack Sparrow. He's a goofy character. He's very eccentric and he's odd. And in fact, Disney, that was it Disney? Paramount? I can't remember. Whoever produced it, they said, well, Ichabod is supposed to be an ugly, unattractive fellow, and so Johnny Depp can't be it. And Tim Burton said, well, no, the interesting part about Ichabod was his crazy intricacies and kind of weird behavior he had. He was very eccentric. That's the way the real character, the real individual is described. So it's a really good movie. I haven't seen it. Check it out. Watch it in the daylight if you're scared of darkness. It has a very happy ending. It has a really good story. It's creepy, but it's actually a really good whodunit story. So
check that out.
Watch that. Yes, absolutely. All right. Now, you guys are talking about the holiday thing. I got a video of the Witchy Witch.
Wait, who you calling Witchy Witch?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at you. Crap,
Hey!
I got a video of the Witchy Witch. Sorry, let's check it out right here.
Oh, here I am. I've moved again. I need to keep an eye on all of you fools in this building. I think from this advantage, I can see the window of the one who thinks she's a witch. No, she needs to get that out of her window. But I do hear a party's coming. A lovely party that I can destroy. Oh, yes, I can't wait. But you'll never find me. Never.
Yeah, so good luck at the party. I guess she's going to be hanging out, looking out for y'all. I'll be in the kitchen monitoring the food. She did not say anything about food. She did not say anything about the kitchen, so that's where I will be. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, yes. And sampling the graveyard, I guess. Yeah. All right, and now we have our National Day, which I wonder what that could be.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are on Friday. Yes, we're going to go to the weekend. Can't wait. But we'll talk about little things that are going on around and about. I haven't heard anybody come up and tell me that they went to any of the stuff that I've suggested. Anybody gone to a haunted house, except staff have. Crazy places, pumpkin patches, all those things. Where have you been? What have you done? You're just not sitting home every weekend on your computer, on your game, on your phone, are you? Boring. You guys have got to take advantage of things. So you have a last weekend to do this. A lot of different trunk or treats are going on. I know Oakdale's doing one, Houston's doing one. They're all doing trunk or treats around. Oh, a treat. Here you go. Carl's ready for trunk or treat. Lots of different churches are doing them. Lots of cities and stuff like that where businesses are kind of opening their doors and they're doing what they call a trunk or treat. It's kind of cool. I know Friday night, I think it's tonight or it's tomorrow at the Turlock Community Theater. They're playing Scream, the original one. Yeah, that would be fun to go see on the big screen. And I know there's still plenty of pumpkins to be had. If some of you wait till the last before Halloween to get your pumpkins, to do your jack-o'-lanterns, it's a good time to get to the pumpkin patch. Hopefully there's still some there if you haven't done so already. Or just get to a really good Scream-a-thon. That would be a haunted house. Find a really good one. Or a corn maze or something. Get yourself out there and start enjoying everything out there for the community. And it's going to lead us right into Thanksgiving and being thankful and then to Christmas everywhere. So, yeah, get yourself out there this weekend. It should be a really nice weekend. So everybody have a great weekend and we'll see you on Monday, which should be what? The eve of Halloween.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
All right, very good. And now we got to go where?
Back in the past.
With Sally, Jesse, or Raphael?
With Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back in the past with Zach later.
Hey everybody, it's Friday the 27th. We're getting ready to go into the weekend. Before we can do that, we've got to go back with Zach. We got to get caught up on football because I know a lot of us are going to be watching football. First things first, October 27th, 1906, we have Perf Pro Football, HallOfFame.com. Georgia Perret of the Massillon Tigers threw a completion to Dan Bullet Riley in a victory over a team that was comprised of a combined mix of Benwood players and Mudsville players. It's the first documented pass completion in professional football. Now it's like playing flag football and 7-on-7. Those of you who understand what 7-on-7 is, that's what the NFL is now. The Selman brothers, Dewey and Lucius, they combined for 26 tackles as Oklahoma downs Kansas State. They basically continue their 37-game unbeaten streak for the Sooners. Selman, one of them is actually Leroy Selman, all right, and his brother Lucius and Dewey. So there's three of them, right? Leroy Selman, he went on to be a Hall of Fame linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dan the Man, Dan Marino, per National Football Foundation, number 12 freshman quarterback and future College Football Hall of Famer, passed for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Panthers sunk undefeated number 17 Navy on this day, 24-7. Dan the Man eventually became drafted. Believe it or not, there were a lot of quarterbacks taken ahead of him that year. And he fell to the Miami Dolphins, went on to set records, and went on to go to the Hall of Fame, you guys. Dan Marino. Also, two last, well, actually not last, I've got a couple I want to finish with. October 27th, 1995, Art Modell and officials in Baltimore, Maryland, they finalized by then signing a new contract to move the Cleveland Browns franchise to Baltimore. Of course, this was awful for the city of Cleveland, right? We learned that the Cleveland, they would not retain the Browns name, and former Browns franchise would become the Baltimore Ravens. So they basically left the city, Cleveland, the Browns name, and all that stuff. And October 27th, and then also October 27, 2002, Dallas Cowboys superstar, he breaks Walter Payton's record for most rushing yards in a game. He does it against Carl Seahawks. I'm not making fun of the Seahawks, but I'm just saying the Seahawks actually won the game. He did it in the losing game. The Seahawks won 17-14. But he went on to be the all-time leading rusher on this day in history. And guys, you know what? Maybe you're watching the person who's maybe this weekend if you watch some football. Maybe you're the person you're watching. Someone who might break Emmitt Smith's record, guys. So enjoy your weekend, and have a good one, guys. Later.
Listen, pal, I don't care what you are or what you're doing. I will not be extorted, blackmailed, or manipulated into doing your bidding. You're a scumbag, okay? And I will not tolerate this, and I will make sure you go to court for this. Alright, pal? You got what I'm saying? You hung up. How about that? Well, that's what he gets for trying to scam me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am Austin, your movie guy, also known as Ace Hagar Master, depending on who you ask. I do YouTube things, movies over on YouTube. Anyway, shameless plug out of the way. So, yeah, we're coming on the final Friday of Halloween. I know, it's final Friday of Halloween. Final Friday of October. I know, I'm just mincing words. I blame you. So, let's just get right on with it and talk about a movie that may have flown under the radar a bit, and that is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.
Now, what is the plot of Halloween 3, Season of the Witch? Well, you don't have anything to worry about because, well, it doesn't really have anything to do with the first two Halloween films or any of the Halloween films that came after it. So, really, you could just come into it completely clean without knowing a single thing. Anyway, what you need to know is basically there is a dude that ends up, basically there's this doctor named Dan Chalice who ends up in a scenario where he basically begins to suspect some weird goings-on with some of the people in a small town, and their fascination with these masks called Silver Shamrock masks, and basically tries to find out what's going on. That's basically the whole plot. There's no sign of Michael Myers, no sign of Laurie Strode. It's pretty much a Halloween movie that's basically... This Halloween movie was meant to try and steer the Halloween franchise in a completely different direction, and, well, it didn't work out as well as the creators had hoped, because the movie didn't do as well as the first two films, and a lot of people were like, we want Michael Myers, and in 1988 we eventually got Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers, and, well, since then most Halloween movies have stuck with having Michael Myers, and that's pretty much it. But don't let that bother you though, because Halloween 3 is really good. And that's in part due to its very different feel, because it's not trying to be a slasher film, it's trying to essentially be Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with some masks and some weird things with Stonehenge, and it's a weird movie, but it's fantastic. So, yeah, that is Halloween 3. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And for the last time, I will not be scammed. So be it!
Hey everyone, it's Isaiah here for another meme of the week. And this time, it's this one right here. When you realize that you were in your dream, but then it turned into a nightmare, but when you wake up, it's actually real.
What's up, dude?
Very good, and that is it. Thank you guys again for coming in. Thanks for all the work that you guys did. It's really, really good. I do appreciate it, and everybody else out here I'm sure appreciates it as well. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. If you do some holiday stuff, be safe, be happy, have fun, get your costumes ready. We'll see you next week, Monday, where we finish up our videos, and then get ready, really, for our Halloween party. Take care, everybody. Peace.